Hello, 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 and welcome to the No Faces Comics Chat. I'm your host, Bub, and with me, as always, fresh from the Sea of Tranquility, Metarog.
Hey, Bub, and hey, everybody out there in the chat. Great to be back here once again on Monday night with my buddy Bub. We missed DS, but sooner or later he'll be back here when his little James grows up and goes to school, I think.
Graduates college, I think he said. Yep. Well, it's good to have you back. Glad you're back stateside, and you had a good trip, right?
Great trip. Great anniversary, 30th anniversary with my lovely wife, and we did have a very blessed time and relaxing, but as I was telling you offline, at about 3 weeks or so, I was like, I really want to just go back to the USA. Nothing like the good old USA.
No, nothing like it. We're glad to have you back. We missed you for sure, individually and as a whole. Let's see. There's all kinds of people in the chat. Not that many, but all kinds of them. So let's see. Who do we have? Go ahead and tell me.
Well, of course, first in here we have our buddy James Las Cruces, 1971, saying woohoo! He's excited, just like we are to be back. Of course, we have the unruliest of simians, our buddy here from Georgia, giving us the peace sign. We got Scott, our fairly new guy from North Carolina, saying, I met a dude metal detecting today. Thank you for that update, Scott. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I don't know why. That maybe the guy had a metal plate in his head, and that's how Scott found him.
Well, that, it's possible he was buried, when Scott found him. You never know.
Could have been, yep. Saving lives.
Our buddy Gary B, the casual comic guy, one of the best supporters, if not the very best of this community. How you doing, Gary? Great to see you here. And Ben Compton, our long time supporter of the No Faces chat and our channels as well. Thank you all for being here.
Good to have you. Glad you could make it. Glad we could be made. All that good stuff. Let's see. Today I don't have the thumbnail ready because I did it different today. I had to do it on my phone. I was working too hard. Yeah, that's how it goes. But we're gonna do some. Poor Jambo. I won't even tell you what happened to him.
Oh, so, no. Please tell us what happened for Jambo.
I can't even tell you. All we can say is he's looking forward to next week. He's not going to make it this week. But oh my goodness, will he have a story to tell when we catch up with him next week?
Okay.
That's all I'll say. It was funny. Jambo. It was funny because it didn't happen to me. But like overall, it was a harrowing experience. So,
okay.
We'll hear from that next week.
Doesn't Jambo sort of he's like a magnet for like those kind of weird situations, He
is.
It's amazing. I mean, the things that you've told me, the things he's told me, I'm like, what?
Yes. Sad but true. Jambo is a glutton for punishment.
Yes, Jackson Roy Kirk. I know your memory is fading as it does with older age, but this show was on in April.
Yep. It's been a while.
Yep.
But we're glad to be here. All right. Just for $1. All right. We'll see what we got going on here. All right. So today we're going to talk about some them there sea monsters, not the monsters you just see, but the sea monsters. Now, before we get started, I always know that there's always some dissent. So is there anything that I need to be clarifying as far as what the sea is or what a monster is?
Well, I mean, it's up to our interpretation. I think the sea is fairly clear. I mean, we're not talking about a lake, right? We're not talking about something coming out of a pool. We're talking about a much bigger body of water. Monster, that's something that I was going to actually discuss with you because those come in many shapes and sizes and in denominations of sorts. And I'm going to show some which some may not consider monstrous, but the effect or the conclusion of that particular type of being is hostile and usually violent. So that's how I interpret it.
Yes, that's exactly how I interpreted it as well. Meaning that if you see something coming your way and you are fearing for your life while in the sea, I consider that a monster. If it has more teeth, more legs, more eyes, you name it, more
right,
limbs,
right.
you know.
Right. Now, if you ask Gnawman, a comic bookworm, he'll say that whales are monsters, but
I think they're generally docile, are they not?
Well, again, this is subject to interpretation. Now, if you're swimming out in the ocean and a whale comes and collapses, on top of you, you may consider that a monstrous type of act. I don't know. We'll see.
I suppose so. Well, we'll see. Well, let's just to make it easier on everybody, I'll go ahead and I'll show just a few, literally just a few, and I'll let you take it away and your interpret what you think. So here's one. Now that is obviously a snake, but look how long that thing is. It certainly has bad intentions, and I would consider that to be like a sea snake.
Yeah.
Or serpent, sea serpent. So I'm going to say that qualifies as a monster. What do you think?
Yeah, it definitely does not look like any being that I have seen, or in National Geographic or anything like that. So definitely has monstrous proclivities, shall we say.
Yes. And he's attacking poor Jungle Girl's proclivities as we speak.
Yeah, if that's an eel, that's a mighty large eel. I mean, that is a large one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a snake. It could be an eel, but not all eels are snakes and not all snakes are eels, right? I mean, they are distinct beings.
They're very distinct. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, eels live essentially under the water. Snakes are generally above it.
Yes, they don't breathe water.
Right.
So they get their oxygen from air, not from the water.
Right. Right.
Yeah. What's a pout Jungle Girl to do? Oh, yep, that's true. Oh, bless her heart. She's doing everything she can right there. Nice Frank Cho cover there. Thank you, Mr. Cho.
I think he means poor Jungle Girl, right?
Oh, what a poot Jungle Girl. Speaking of trouser snakes, we have the Jackson Roy Kirk says they grow snakes large in the deep jungle. Yes, that's true. They do in the deepest of jungles. All right. Surfway. Oh, I bet. All right. So next we got the old crocodile.
Crocodile.
Now, I think that this is a rather large and generously angry crocodile. I don't think that I'd consider this a monster.
Right. Well, crocodiles do hang out by the sea, so that part is correct.
And that's where they're likely to attack, is at the edge of the sea, at the edge of the water. It's not like you'll be sitting in your lawn chair and all of a sudden a crocodile plucks you out, unless you're sitting in the lawn chair by the sea. By the sea,
by certain parts of the world, yeah. That does look mighty large for even a crocodile. So yeah, I'd say you're good.
Yep. And alligators, which is just a freshwater crocodile. I mean, there's more differences, of course, but
yeah, there are more differences. But yeah, alligators are not nearly as aggressive as crocodiles in my experience, which is very little with crocodiles, thank God.
All right. And then I'm sure you'll take it there, but I'm going to take it there first. We have a nice transition cover here. Jungle Girl season 3. This poor Jungle Girl gets in a lot of troubles in the water, but there is a giant crocodile. No doubt that's a monster.
Oh man, yeah.
And look at the giant shark eating the giant crocodile.
Yeah.
That's some serious. That's a monster throwdown right there.
Yeah, that's some kind of mutation or something. That cannot be a normal croc there. No.
Nope. So I think that has to qualify somewhere, right? Any kind of mutated or extremely sized normal animal could also easily be considered a monster. I mean, entire 50s genre was based on that, right?
Yes, correct. I mean, most monsters are based upon real animals at some level.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but definitely a mutated or an exaggerated length or girth animal definitely would be a monster. Again, a monster is sort of up to interpretation. I mean, there are you could even say even these animals that are not really mutated could be a monster if they're attacking you. So
yeah. Speaking of exaggerated large things, we've got Jackson Roy Kirk back again with Poot Little Jungle Girl needs to move to the city. That Poot Jungle Girl.
Poot Jungle Girl. Oh boy. Jackson Roy Kirk. I mean, you have to be 100% perfect with that guy, or else he will find something to criticize.
Yeah. He's gonna ride that all day long. I tell you. It's a rough one.
Hey, Morris says my ex-wife was quite a monster.
Oh my! Well, if she's on a comic cover, let us know. If any of these are a portrait of her, let us know. My goodness! And that transitions nicely into, you guessed it, the shark. Now that is a very normal size shark. If anything, it's rather small, or either that or it's an extra big duck.
It definitely has bad intentions for Donald, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, he's just one wet feather away from biting that duck butt. Look at that.
The no faces are the actual hosts here, Scott, if that wasn't clear. Not the comics that we show, by the way.
Yeah, he'll figure it out in another hour.
Yeah,
just give him time.
He already figured it out. He's just he's from the Jackson Roy Kirk of puns, you know.
Oh no, that's dangerous. All right, so here's some more shark action. I tell you, these cave girls, jungle girls, they have a tough time in the water. Look at that.
That does seem to be the trend here. Yes.
Yep.
Does seem to be a trend here.
Jungle tails, number one. There's the jungle. There's the tail. There's the crabs.
Of course, in this case, the monster was not looking very menacing in that position.
But still, I think it counts.
Oh no, that's a definitely monstrous shark, but not very. Not at this point. It's not very dangerous. Let's put it that way.
No. Here we got some more megalodon action. This comic's actually named Sea Monsters. Look at
Yikes.
That. And I think she's riding the back of some sort of prehistoric sea turtle. Maybe it was so early on it was a bee turtle. I don't know. Before it became a sea turtle. Sea cups on the sea turtle. Sea might be a little shy. All right. And last and certainly not least for my little run here, there's another great shark cover here with Ranger Comics 33. Look at that. You can't see the whole shark, but he must be menacing enough for this guy to want to stab him and see if he's got any license plates in there.
Good Jaws reference there. Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Poot Cave Woman needs my help. Yep, I believe it. Oh, Poot Cave Woman. All right, Roger. Have you got the idea now?
Yeah, I got the idea, I think. I went a little bit different direction, but yeah, I got the idea.
All right. Oh, look, we have Deadpool 2323. Aaron's in the house. Good to have you, brother.
How you doing, buddy?
I wonder if he'll change his channel name in 301 years. I don't know.
Well, if he lives that long, I guess. I guarantee you I won't be around to see that.
All right, Roger. Well, while you're still here, why don't you show us some comics featuring sea monsters?
All right.
As you depict them.
Very well, very well, very well. Excellent. Well, I sort of stuck to a few well-known characters that encounter monsters here and there. Now, you just picked up a very nice Submariner 5.
I did.
With that nice killer tiger shark. But I'm missing that one in my run. Hint, hint, Bob. Anyway.
I know where it went.
But here we have Leviathan, which was a creature. I believe in the story it was created by the Plant Man, but it came out of the sub because it had to be, it had needed a lot of water or whatever to grow that size or whatever. So that's a sea monster, although not as you can see, really based on an animal per se. It's based, I think, on a plant. So there's a little bit odd there.
Is there even any water going on in that cover?
Well, he came out of the water. He was born out of the water, out of a sub. Yeah. So I kind of counted that, right? Same thing. This guy here, Torg, the Antarctic abomination. As you can see, he's actually in the water there, but he was actually born in the ice. Now, ice, as we all know, is just frozen water. So, logic follows that should be a sea monster, right?
Sure. I mean, I thought generally lots of things get frozen in the ice that are not born of the water. They just fall in. I mean, are you telling me Captain America is a aqua mammal?
Well, no. I mean, but this guy was found there. I mean, he wasn't like born on land, I don't think, and then frozen. I think he was like from that region in the water. So anyway, all right. Maybe that's a thumbs down from Bub. All right, I got it.
No. It's a thumbs up for the cover, but
I get okay.
You're seeing a lot of people on land. That's all.
Right, I get it. All right, now this is an interesting issue. This is the slime thing. Now, it was actually some part of some kind of alien spore that fell into the water and amalgamated with sea life to create this intelligent, sort of semi-intelligent being. And so that I consider, and of course he attacked the mariner. So that's a monster from the sea.
Yeah, that most certainly qualifies.
All right. Now, interesting because later on you're going to see. Well, I'll show you later. So
what did you think of Namor's outfit at this time?
The disco outfit. Yeah, I kind of dug it for the time. Yeah, I kind of
just glad to see him out of his usual speedos.
Yeah, I mean, just that bare chest and speedos, that was kind of boring, I thought. So yeah, I kind of dug it. At least they tried to do something a little different. Mm-hmm. So this one here actually ties in with that issue.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this is one of those weird DC Marvel tie-ins, unofficial tie-ins. But when Aquaman defeats this monster here, which is a monster that tried to devour Detroit, he blows up the satellite. When he blows up that satellite, the piece that goes down is a piece of that monster that goes into the ocean, and that part of the ocean amalgamates with sea life, and that's the monster the Submariner fights.
Wow.
So it goes from this issue to that issue.
Someone should really do a series on all these unofficial crossovers.
Yeah, somebody should. Actually, somebody didn't they?
Oh, well, we'll have to get them on the show for next week.
Yeah, maybe. Some weird Cuban guy who's been collecting for about 50 years.
Is there any other kind?
I tell you, that's the only kind of guys that would even do that. Yeah. All right, so here, this is more in line with what you showed here, but it is a. I think I've never seen an octopus nearly this size. I've seen quite a few diving in Florida, but look at the size of that eye there. I mean,
oh my goodness,
it looks very monstrous to me. And this story, have you read this story before?
I have not.
Okay, it's very.
Is the Spectre life size there as well? Is he drawn to scale?
No, he's not drawn to scale there.
All right,
but this series, Weird Adventure Comics with the Spectre, is perhaps the most violent Bronze Age series that actually got a comics code on there, because all these bad guys die in horribly violent ways. So anyway, just a little aside there.
I like it.
All right, here we have Undersea Agent number 4 with a nice Gil Kane cover there.
Uh-oh, sound the alarms.
Hey, look at the size of those nails there. Look at that.
You think he got those done in a salon?
No, I don't think so. He was this is a mutated human, but
that looks like some sort of dragon head.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of story. It's actually a mutated human that got infected under the sea by something or other. So it did
Under the
spawn
sea.
from the sea, so to speak. So I counted that. But just awesome cover, I thought. Just really great detail on that monster there. All right. And same series, different monster. Undersea Agent number 5. I believe this is a Bernard Bailey cover.
Now I have that issue and I can't find it.
What do you mean you can't find it?
And I have that issue and I can't find it in my collection.
You have yours alphanumeric, don't you?
I know. It's not, it wasn't with my other Undersea Agents.
Oh, that's weird.
It may be that I didn't put it in there, and it's in a. I have a couple of boxes that are, I have to post this, or I have to do a video on this, or something like that. So every now and then they get pulled out, but I swear I have that book.
Yeah, correct, Ranger. There are some really cool Gil Kane covers here in the Tower Comics run and Undersea Agent. You're absolutely right. But I definitely, that looks to me like some kind of sea monster. Obviously, they're underwater. I don't remember the story very well, but definitely looks like a sea monster. And of course,
he's got the dome helmet on. They're underwater. He's got the girl passed out.
Yeah, he's got the girl right down here. I figure you got it because of the girl here, right? Look,
I don't know why you're spreading these rumors about me.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen, I don't need to actually see it snow if there's snow on the roof. I know that it snowed the night before, right? Yeah, I don't need to actually see the snow fall. So all the evidence that I have accumulated over the 5 years we've been doing this, I think that's the reason why. Yeah.
Feels like 10.
Yeah. All right. And this is the goofiest monster you'll ever want to see right here. Oh my Lord. Look at that thing.
It kind of reminded me of the sandworms from Beetlejuice.
You're absolutely right. They kind of do, except I'm not sure about these ears or whatever those.
Yeah, not the fins, but other than that, yeah.
But that is about the oddest looking monster I've ever seen. But definitely, they're definitely sea monsters. You can see the water, the distortion here, and actually has water damage. Actually, this is actually going into I'm actually starting to do wet cleaning. And this is going to wet cleaning this week. So, but that is a really goofy looking sea monster there.
That's all I have for this. As odd as it looks, I'd be scared to see that thing coming at me.
Oh no, I'm just making that comment. I would not want to see that under any situation.
No,
but definitely
not even on a sushi plate. That would scare me as well.
Especially not. I'm not eating that thing. That's for sure.
I'm not eating it. Nope. It's got more eyes than me.
Yeah,
Let's see. Would Dark Phoenix be considered a sea monster? Yes. If you want to come on the show and show us a 101, then we'll take it. All right. Let's see. All right. Now, my favorite kind of monster from the sea, Demder Octopus. There's a nice Boland Wonder Woman 75. Into the depths of Wonder Woman goes the octopus. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic?
Oh, yeah.
That's just excellent. Excellent stuff. And Wonder Woman can't escape it. So, of course, the victims can't escape it.
Definitely.
Because their whole persona is to be a victim. Hey, Kenneth Bird's in the house. Hello, good sir.
Hey, Kenneth.
Check out these victims here. And this is some sort of weird, that's not a normal octopus mouth. It's got I know sometimes they have beaks, right? Like the squids or whatever. So I guess it could be, but it's awful large because those girls are normal sized women.
Yeah, no, that's definitely mutated and whatever. That's no way. There's no way.
It's an interesting choice to put the pineapple designs on her swimming outfit, isn't it? Isn't that an odd choice?
I guess.
I
don't think that's the major issue of that there on that cover. I don't think that's our concern at this point.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, when she gets out of there and they interview her back on land and say, "What happened to you?" She better have an answer for that one. Miss Marvel can't escape the Eye of Demder Octopus, and there's Tiger Shark while we're at it. We were talking about Tiger Shark. There he is.
That's a squid, I do believe, though.
Aren't quite normal sized women. Yeah, so I don't discriminate. Octopus, squid. Is there any other kind of eight tentacled underwater being? They're all the same to me. It's kind of like alligators and crocodiles. It's all good.
Yeah, I have that one, but I forgot about it. That's a good one.
This is the first appearance. This is the retcon first appearance of
Mystique.
What's her name? Mystique, yeah.
Is that when she was like Fury? When she was
right? She's not. Yeah, she doesn't show herself as Mystique.
Yeah, she was mimicking Fury at the time.
But it turns out she was.
Ah.
Look at that. Cephalopod.
Cephalopods. Yep.
Cephalopod, says you. Here's one of my favorite all-time covers, and it made the thumbnail. Jungle Girl #2, season 2. Frank Cho at it again, drawing these underwater women in peril. I don't know about that. Look at that. Isn't that great?
It's it's somewhat fortuitous that her outfit ripped in just the right way so that none of the shall we say more salacious bits are showing.
We'll fix that in the issue 3. We'll get back to that. 8 tentacles underwater being my ex-wife again. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I think Morris has got he's got a one-track mind tonight, boy.
You think Jungle could kill a bigger animal for more clothing? Nope. She likes those tiger striped squirrels. She only uses 3 per outfit. Clearly killed kittens. Oh, could be.
Perhaps both, fortuitous and gratuitous. Yes.
Yes, I agree.
I try to look at things from a certain perspective and not another.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think it's the same as mine somehow.
Oh, sorry. Here's a famous funnies 157, and that guy and or girl, I think it's a guy. He's fishing and he hooked him their octopus sepala guy with a bunch of legs. Yep.
Quiet, Nelly. You'll scare the fish. I think he's warning you, sir.
Yep.
That's very cute, by the way. That's very cute.
Then, after they win the battle against the Demdar cephalopod, you end up with the ETER, and they end up in the hospital right there. So, Mr. Boblat, what brings you in today? Migraine? Oh, okay.
Whoa. That's got a hoit.
Absolutely. All right, there you go.
I've never heard of that title before. ETER. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's on its 2nd volume, but you could have fooled me. I got it because it was a Cho cover. I like Frank Cho. All right, here's Undersea Agent #2 with a great whatever that is. Calamari pod.
I think it's a Bernard Bailey cover. Yeah.
Is it? Let me see. It's not Gil Kane.
No, it's not Gil Kane. No.
It says right here. Brought to you by Roger. It says right here, Roger. That's what year is that famous funnies? OMG. Why must I? Really? I have to open this thing up? It may not survive. All right, we'll have that pretty thing to look at. We'll do a quick check on this famous funnies. Let's see if it's even has a splash page. Look at this old Buck Rogers. I say old because it's got the good Dick Calkins there. 1947. Then there famous funnies. Invisible Scarlett O'Neal. The Invisible Girl.
Cool.
We'll say the Invisible Girl tryout. Steve Roper and Wahoo. I don't think that'd be PC these days.
Probably not.
Some Napoleon. That's the dog. Some Dickie Dare.
Yep. Cool.
More Napoleon. Some more sea. Look, sea creatures abound. 1947. Sly's going to his local comic shop right now to hunt down that book.
Mm-hmm.
Go get him, brother.
Hey,
Gray Man.
Gray Man. I never heard of Undersea Agent. Where are the Sea Devils? The Sea Devils that I have like 4 or 5. None of them had a monster on it. It's weird. It's weird. It's like they were all being like chased by boats and by all kinds of different things, or being trapped by villains, but they didn't have any monsters. Weird.
Poot octopi being picked on, calling them monsters. That poot octopi.
Oh, Gary, what have you started here?
Thanks, Gary.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy.
Oh, no problem, Sly. Okay. Last but not least for this, my cephalopod journey, we'll finish off with another Frank Cho. My absolute favorite octopus or cephalopod cover. Look at that giant eye. You had one that had a big eye like that.
Yeah, I had one. Yeah, the eyes have it for sure.
And one of my favorite things is that Frank bothered to put the sucker marks in her skin. And you just never see that.
Nice detail. Yeah.
So, and it goes, look at her shoulder there. Isn't that outstanding?
Yeah. Good attention to detail, that's for sure.
Of course,
obviously that's most people would not be looking at that quite, but very nice detail.
Well, yeah, you would. I mean, it's very, the center of the cover there has got some sucker bits.
I guess so. I guess you can consider that. Starro is not a sea monster, is he? I don't think he came from the sea.
Starfish.
He's an alien, wasn't he?
He's an alien starfish. Yeah, the assumption would be that he came from the sea of his home planet, maybe.
Oh, could be, I guess. I mean, actually, you're probably right. I think they have like a aquatic planet. Yeah.
Good to see you.
I'm going to smoke a little poot now. You guys are too much.
All right. What do you got?
All right. I got Siri, me, right? You're talking to me, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm done with my cephalopodic journey.
I didn't know somebody else was coming on here at the time. I got some Charlton love here, which I'm obviously I'm a big fan of this publisher. And here we have some really, really odd-looking sea serpent, multi-eyes, jagged teeth, serpentine as can be, probably about 100 feet long. Just bizarre as anything. Look at that thing. I think that's a Tom Sutton cover. Yeah, Tom Sutton. That's correct.
That's hideous.
Oh boy, isn't that something?
Imagine it reminds me a little of those fisherman fish or whatever, the ones that have like the glowing balls off the edge of their face.
Oh yeah. My thing is that these guys here on this outcropping, why would you be that close? I'd be like running the other way. I'd be like, oh, well.
They have the old lookout look. Like I remember a lot of the Tales to Astonish and Tales of Suspense, and when Marvel was going through their monsters with vowel names.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of those where people are just looking on from a cliff while the monster is approaching. It's like, why would you be there, offering yourself up for sacrifice?
Yeah, well, I guess it adds to the drama or the suspense there. Stupidity. All right. So here we have Monster Hunters number 10. Here's another cephalopod, but it looks very mutated. I don't remember these kinds of growths on the side of the head there.
Not in the last cephalopod I saw.
Plus, it's just absolutely massive. I mean, compared to that, is that a cruise ship or a yacht there or something?
Yeah.
And they call it the Kraken. The Kraken.
I bet they do.
Just like is that Roman mythology?
The Kraken.
Yeah, the Kraken that's their explanation for when ships would go down or whatever mysterious.
Yeah, the Kraken.
The Kraken. Yeah.
Release it.
Look at this thing here.
Is that a Morrow?
This, you mean the cover here?
Yeah.
Is I don't know who did this. I don't know. I don't recognize it off right off.
Boy,
But
that thing,
yeah, look at that thing.
looks kind of like the Toxic Avenger underwater.
Well, yeah, yeah. I guess you could say that. Yeah, it's very, very odd. That's for sure. And that lady looks mighty surprised. Notice she's her air going out here, so she was
like that, right?
And yeah, exactly. Look at the webbed, I guess, hand there. You know,
That's terrible.
Ooh,
looks like my dog when he goes swimming. You got like all long hair gets wet and it just slops around everywhere.
Just all mushy and
it's a mess.
Yeah. Here we have Ghostly Tales number 129 from Out of the Deep. Kind of hard to tell, but there's actually several of these. There? Yeah, there's actually several of these green underwater beings dragging him down into the depths. So again, you know, like we said, monsters are interpretive, right? I mean, obviously these are beings that ostensibly or do not exist in our world, and they are being, you know, obviously acting very violently and et cetera, et cetera. So monstrous, I think, would be a good adjective there. Okay.
All right. We're digging it. Ooh, yeah. There's another potential cephalopod. I
don't even know what to say about this thing. It does have kind of a beak there. See there? Have a beak, but I don't see an eye anywhere except, and it has that huge cranium.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it is a cephalopod. Obviously, it's a very mutated or somehow alien, perhaps, but massive. Look at the people down here. I mean, literally, this is like 7 or 8 stories tall. So
that's huge.
Yeah, massive, yeah, absolutely massive. Hey, the Batman! Welcome,
Bat.
There's actually a reprint of this cover with a darker background, but I could not find it. I know I have it somewhere.
Look out!
Ah!
I think, did we finally find someone's ex-wife? Who is complaining about? Is it Morris?
Yeah,
complaining about his ex-wife.
Yeah. Some of the bags are a little wrinkly, Jackson. I'm having trouble finding bags at a reasonable price, so these will have to do. Okay, all right. So this one here is, again, you know, interpretive of what monsters are. This is a story by San-Ho Kim, art and story, called The Bloody Mermaid. Now, notice that the siren is, if you know the legend, right? Sailors would be enticed into certain areas. Ships, they would shipwreck, and they called them sirens because they would be like mesmerizing. But look in the background there.
Call them to the rocks.
Yeah, to the rocks. Yeah, you see that poor guy down there?
Oh yeah,
who's being mauled or manhandled
right there.
Yeah, back down there. So, this is the original cover of Bloody Mermaid. A really cool story, by the way. And here's the reprint cover where you see a more monstrous version with orange hair, and again the webbed and clawed hands there. And the guy saying, no, please don't. Ah!
Yeah. And the strong typeface that they chose for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone added that speech bubble with a typewriter.
Yeah. Yeah, that does look like some kind of weird. That's definitely not lettering. You're right.
No.
Yeah. So it's the same story, just reprinted later on with a new cover. So.
All right. I can dig it.
And I'm getting down to the end here. Now, looks
like it's flying.
Okay, hold on a second. The title is Space War, right? Hey, Zars, how you doing, buddy? But if you look, they're actually underwater. The spaceship actually crashed underwater, and this on an alien planet. And this notice it, it's not a cephalopod, it's just a weird alien being kind of monster. Grabbed it And if you see their structures there, they're underwater. You look at the fish there, so they are underwater.
They are some kind of corally area.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of coral structure here and over there, anemones, whatever. So
maybe they don't want to be seen, so they're keeping their anemones.
Yeah, you and your play on words. So yeah, I dug this one out just because I thought the monster is just handlebar mustache monster, whatever that is. I mean, just bizarre.
It might be Rob Fat Stacks.
He might be patterned after the monster.
He might be.
Oh, no jellyfish. That's right. I couldn't find any jellyfish. That's true.
I didn't think of them.
And my last one for today.
Goodness gracious.
This John Byrne cover. You can only see part of the face of the monster, but in the comic, it is indeed a sea monster. As you can see, this sailor here with the harpoon. And he's a little too close for comfort for my liking, Bub. But
I wouldn't be waiting that long. I just go ahead and take care of business. And I don't think it'll stop him.
Yeah, at this point, let's launch that harpoon. Oh man, but that's one of the very few John Byrne covers on the horror Charlton comics, by the way.
Okay.
I think there's only another one or two more, other than Doomsday +1, and of course he did do some like Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch and stuff like that, and Space 1999. But as far as monster covers, this is one of the very few. So
looking good.
That's what I got for tonight, my friend.
All right. I'll finish out with some like more monstery monsters, like you were saying. So let's take a look over here. There's a nice Planet Comics 42. The Hydra. Clearly a monster coming out of the water there. Unless he's running backwards. I guess that could be.
Yeeks.
See that? He's got some snot dribbling down off his nose.
Is that a Doolin cover?
Yes. Definitely a Joe Doolin.
Yeah. I can sort of tell by the lady's face. He has a certain tell there.
Yes, he does a great job.
Yeah. No, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah, Hydra with one head.
Well, we don't know what's on the other ends of those tentacles. Maybe he grows a head each time.
It could be hidden there, yeah.
Yeah. This is back when they were still making Hydras. Now they're just copycat Hydras.
Right.
Cadillacs and dinosaurs. Look at that thing. What about the dinosauric of monsters? I think that's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Mark Schultz cover there.
Yep.
You got Hannah's ditching for the water.
Yeah. You see, that's would be my reaction,
Exactly.
Vacate the vehicle.
Yeah. Let's get the heck out of Dodge.
Let's
Then a very classic monster.
Yeah.
Elvira. No.
The
creature from the Black Lagoon. So now I need a ruling on this. Now, I think, isn't a lagoon an inlet of the sea?
Yes, that's correct.
So if it's still seawater, it's still the sea.
It is seawater. Yes. Well, yes, it is. A lagoon is, yes. Yes, you're right.
All right.
Yes, it's a plesiosaur. Yeah, that's correct.
Plesiosaurus to see us.
Black Lagoon. But is a lagoon necessarily seawater? Couldn't it?
I don't think it's a lagoon if it's not seawater. I think it might just be a pond. But I think if it's a lagoon, it can't be fresh water because then it would just be a small lake.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, so I can't say one way or the other.
I'm going with it.
All right.
And here's our transition from one monster to another. And as you said, the Sirens. This is Cartoon Land, Donnie Jupiter's Cartoon Land.
All right. Scott says that lagoon is a subset of an ocean. So there you go.
All right. Well, that's confirmed then.
That's confirmed. Yeah. And he lives right on the sea, so he would know.
Yeah, like seawater trap. That's what I thought.
Now,
What's up, comic collector?
Are they really monstrous though? I mean,
well, okay, so to the untrained seaman. So if the seaman's not paying a stretch of saltwater, everybody perfect. Look, everybody's Googling now. All right, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I can tell you, we got some good people here.
So as you know, as we just discussed, the siren does what? They draw someone towards the rocks, don't they?
Yeah.
So as you can see, they are beached on some jagged rocks there.
Right. And
she's holding the fish that he's caught. Now they look nice and sweet and kind and cuddly. When he starts reeling that in, he's going to get pulled towards the rocks. And we say, Siren's got him.
Okay.
That's what we're coming up with.
Monsters don't necessarily have to look, terrible or horrible or in any way
no,
menacing.
They can be beautiful creatures.
They could, absolutely. In fact, those are probably the most dangerous because they are disarming,
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll take your arms right off. They're very powerful.
I didn't mean it in the physical sense. I meant it in more of the emotional, mental sense. But yes.
I understand now. We should have got Captain Comics on here for all the sea talk.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
he's a seafarer of the community.
Yeah. Hey, Damien, how you doing, buddy?
Good to see you, Damien, Sleepy Reader. All right. Sirenora.
Senora.
Senora,
right. Senora.
Yes, we're going to go with that because she had flowers in her hair too. Mm-hmm. And then here we go, a really odd take on an underwater monster. So here we have Aurora, Lord of the Jupiter werewolves from Hydra Hell.
Wow.
So you would think she's a mermaid, but no, or even a siren, but no, she is a werewolf from Hydra Hell. And you look at her sucker fingers. Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
That is, but it sounds like a B movie kind of thing. I mean, it
does.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Ooh.
Look out. He's telling everybody, get out of the way. She's getting in. Look at that.
I've never seen that cover before. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. There's Planet 49.
Wow.
Siren's now talk about one of my exes. No SpongeBob. I didn't think of that. I don't think I own a SpongeBob comic. I don't feel terrible about it.
I have one or two, but I don't think there are any monsters on them. I don't think there are.
All right. Well, I think that's got us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, that's got us. Yeah.
So let's talk about what we've learned tonight. We've learned that these poot women need to wear more when they go to the ocean. That's for sure.
Oh my.
Hanging out by the sea, these poot women need more clothing. And we also learned that monsters come in all shapes and sizes, especially when they come in larger sizes than they should.
Correct.
That classifies as monsters.
We learned
that
in our opinion, at least, yes.
Absolutely. Well, that's the only opinion that matters.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Look at this. Mark Oldroyd.
Mark Oldroyd. His channel is called Suddenly Comics, and he's from Great Britain, and he has the full run of SpongeBob. Yeah.
Oh, SpongeBob. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. And then let's see. What else did we learn? We learned crocodiles, alligators, sharks of various sizes. There are differences between sea serpents being snakes or eels, but
right.
Basically, if one comes after you, you don't want it. Let's see. We learned that as long as the monster once came from the sea, Roger classifies that as a sea monster. It doesn't have to be in the sea to get you.
Well, it has to have some kind of close tie to the sea. Let's put it that way. I mean, it like that one I was showing you about the slime thing. It was partially alien matter, but it when it went to the sea is when it actually became a monstrous being.
Yes, so upon the amalgamation with the seaweed.
Right, exactly. It has to have some kind of close relationship with the sea. Doesn't have to be, born there per se, but it must have some relationship with it.
I'm with you. What else have we learned tonight? Don't go in the water, folks. Cephalopods,
octopi, and also squid. Right.
Yep, that's
actually
right.
I knew that, but
I learned it then. But I knew what a cellophane pod was. It's that stuff you're not supposed to eat, right? Don't eat cellophane.
Well, you can eat. I've eaten cephalopods quite a bit. So
I don't like calamari. Do you like calamari?
I do.
It's too rubbery. I can't get past the texture. It's like chewing on an ear or something.
Well, but if you dry it out, and you deep fry it or you air fry it, it becomes crispy.
Completely crispy?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Not still chewy on the inside?
Well, it depends how much you want to dry it. I mean, but yeah, generally I don't want it dust, I want to have some kind of texture to it.
All right.
Lake Monsters.
Damien, we decided Lake Monsters was a no-go. We're willing to let lagoons in.
Yeah, lagoons.
Lagoons. We learned quite a bit about lagoons tonight.
We learned, yes. I have to admit, I did not know that about lagoons. So thank you for all you guys who educated us about the relationship between lagoons and the sea.
Well, now to be fair, it is what I said to begin with.
You were absolutely correct.
It wasn't as eloquent as Google put it, but yes.
you didn't seem totally sure, though. You were.
I wanted a ruling on it because I was pretty sure that it is seawater, but if it's I just didn't know if that would still qualify.
Right, I knew it was. I knew I had at least some seawater, but I thought maybe it might have been brackish. like a combination like we have here in Florida, especially down in the south. We have a lot of brackish water in the Everglades area.
That's the high acidic water, right?
It has elements. It's lower in salt than seawater, but it has elements of both freshwater, and so certain beings can live in brackish water that are saltwater animals, and certain freshwater animals can also live there. Alligators can live in brackish water, for example.
We don't want any of those.
Well, it depends. I mean, gator tail is good meat. By the
gator tail is good. I had gator belly once, and it was really good.
Oh, I never had gator belly.
The rib meat of gators. Yeah. It was like a dark meat because the tail is kind of more like almost like a crustacean type.
Yeah, it's kind of like
a shellfish.
It's almost like a like not lobster, but
no, it's a little tougher than lobster.
A little tougher. Yeah, it's a little tougher, but it has that kind of look to it, Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. Hey, man. Hey, Perry. How you doing, guys? So you're right. We learned quite a bit, and even though your covers tended to have a slightly female bent to them, as I
look. Noted. If anyone's coming to my channel to find bent females, I'm glad to know Roger sent you. That's all.
Well, I didn't mean it as an adjective. I meant it as an adverb. Okay, so the covers you showed had a lot of females. Okay, let me just go with that. Okay,
some of them only had a single female. I don't know where you're going with this. Roger.
Well, yeah, and it's in totality. That's all I'm saying, right? Right. Mine had I think a good mix of gender there.
Yes.
And my females tended to be a little more I don't want to say it in a way that would be insulting, but they didn't seem to be they didn't quite have the clothing issues that yours had.
They're a little more appropriately dressed for seafaring. How about that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I did have one in a bikini, but it was a classy and
tasteful bikini.
Tasteful, yeah. There wasn't protrusions of parts that are underneath those bikinis, etc.
You're welcome. All I can say is you're welcome to the chat, to the YouTube community at Hall, and to you, Roger. You're welcome.
How can Bub not have a female on Bub's cover? Well, I did not say that. I'm just reading that from Namen. Okay, I did not say that. I do believe you did have a few though that, like some of the Golden Age ones, which were quite tasteful. So I give you credit for that. Yeah,
this is a very modest fishtail we have here, and sucker fingers, very modest, in fact.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I was going to ask you about this. Jackson Roykirk says, Bub, you're still trying to win last week's Cover Slingers. There's a huge controversy going around the internet about that, by the way. Yeah.
So here's what happened, and I'll keep this short because we don't really want to draw too much attention to Gray Man's channel than we have to. But basically, what happened is that during a key moment where we were tied, it was a 3-way tie. So that means a 2 to 3 point swing, depending on who got that win.
Correct.
So it's a 3-way tie for a cover in the chat vote, a 3-way tie.
Right. Maybe we should explain that the winner gets 3 points, and if there's a tie, you get 1 point.
Right, but it being a 3-way tie, that means each 3 of us were going to get 1 point.
1 point. That's right.
Well, while it was counted once, found to be a tie, and then during the recount, someone cast another vote.
Right,
I had not voted previously.
Right, there was discussion. There was a discussion about the count going on.
Right, it was still being counted. The recount was still happening.
Right.
Yeah. And before the second total came through, someone had voted again, or for the first time.
That's correct. That's correct.
So, and
which would have given you 3 points and taken one away from Gray Man, who was the eventual winner by a couple points, right?
Right. He won by 1 point.
Oh, 1 point. Okay.
Yeah, he won by 1 point. So that means instead of me losing by 1 point, I would have won by 2 points.
You're right.
And he would have lost by 3 points or 2 points.
Gray Man is saying, I don't care. The judge's decision is final.
But it just undermines the chat's participation. And they chose. It was clear who chose. It wasn't whatever. Yeah. So I ended up having that win clutched out of my jaws of winning or whatever. So out of my hands, it slipped through my hands.
So Bub, I'm keeping a tally of all the Cover Slingers categories and winners. So should I put an asterisk by Gray Man's win last week?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This win, this is like steroids in baseball. I want to see an asterisk in the column here. There should be some footnote that says, due to improper count or due to judge being too slow to count or something like that.
Right.
Or you can just put asterisks and put Bub the people's champion. I'm good with that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Or if you want to leave his decision final, I'm okay with that. But put an asterisk next to my name and says actually has one more win, but was stolen from him due to poor math.
What I did is I put Gray Man as the winner, and I put an asterisk and I put your name so that it will trigger this event. Right. But I have to agree that the judges listen, I've had that situation happen to me, right?
Yeah. With me, that happened between us. And that was just a complete error of counting. Like just straight mathematical error.
Mathematical error. But the judge's decision was that. So No, wasn't it that you had pulled out a book and it was like a guess the key, right? And you guessed it correctly, and yet they had it not guessed it. You knew what the key was. They gave me a no vote on that one. Yeah, that's right.
Right, but it turned out that you were right.
I was right. Yeah, right.
And it didn't get counted.
It didn't get counted because they were looking for another answer. That
right.
That was
it was a key for 2 reasons.
It was a key for 2 reasons. Right. I chose one reason. They were looking for another one.
You should have got that, and that was. And because of the extreme fallout of that decision, that was the one and only episode of that show.
They never did it again. That's right. That's right. but on Cover Slingers, I've also had that happen that I've lost by a point or 2, and I got a vote after the tally had been closed. But before the next round had started or the next comic had been shown. right? But I didn't protest. I didn't protest because cover slingers, it's more of a nobody. You don't get a prize. You don't, nothing like that.
No.
You just get the fame and fortune that come with it.
Well, let's just say that anytime the owner of the stream, right, or the channel that is being shown on, anytime he wins, there should already be a little bit of doubt cast upon the entire show,
right?
Because first of all, we've seen his collection. And second of all, Superboy doesn't have that many good covers, and we know that if it's on his channel, then possibly it's hashtag rigged.
Right.
So we need to be aware of that.
Well, normally I would agree with you, but Gray Man, he went through a losing streak. He didn't win one for like 4 months.
Yeah, but that would be up to me to decide if I was good with it.
So
I think I made it very clear that I was not a generous
rig. If there was a rig, I don't think he'd go 4 months without rigging at least one of them. You know what I mean?
He chose me. He chose to rig it against me.
Against you. Okay, so he's got an axe to grind with you in particular. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I got it. I got it. It's great. Right. It's great fun though. It's great fun to be on that show. You were hilarious. You were hilarious in the way you were, kept dissing everybody's cover and all that. I loved it.
It's so much fun. It's the most fun I have on Saturday once every 2 months.
That's right. Yeah. Well, if you were a regular slinger like I am, you would have a little bit more fun more often. But
look, I'm a busy guy. I got a lot of things going on Saturdays. I can't be hanging around slinging covers all day, but I'd love to be. Yeah, it's big fun. Yeah. All right. I think we've beat this dead cephalopod, and we can.
Oh man. Yeah.
This is Man and Gray Man and rigged all those. Yes, probably. And that Gray Man has rigged all those times he lost. No, he didn't rig them all of the ones he lost. He lost fair and square. He only rigs them when he wins. That's what we think.
He gets way too depressed when he loses for that to be like on purpose,
Yeah. And anytime Bill gets a vote, I scratch my head.
Oh,
just
man.
A single vote.
Yeah, every time Bill wins, I my stomach just cringes, just sort of puckers up. Yeah.
It just means that there were 4 people in the chat who just love Conan. That's all that means.
Exactly.
Just big,
and of course,
Conan
Matilda's the hugest Conan fan, so
yes,
he's pandering to the extreme there. But anyway.
All right. Smoking poop. All right, we gotta go. All right, it was good to see everybody. Roger, what do you have coming up on your channel or any of the channels? What should we be gracing?
I don't think I have. I'm doing some shorts showing the complete 30-cent variant set, and I think this week I'm going to be doing my July comic book shelf.
Okay.
So those are the 2 videos you're going to expect from me this week, and of course if Grayman doesn't kick me off, I'll be on Cover Slingers on Saturday at 2:00 on the Grayman channel.
Was there a clear winner of the July choose the shelf situation there?
I have not determined that yet.
You haven't even done. Look, you're advertising a video that you can't even make.
Well, I know I will make it. I just haven't determined who I'm going to be shouting out yet.
Well, it's July 10th. Aren't you going to put something out there? You got to at least change the July wall now, don't you?
I generally do it halfway through the month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. Sounds good. Anything else you got going on?
No, I think that's about it.
Or will you be fossiling it up on Wednesday?
I don't think so. My wife has some work to do, and I don't think I can use the Wi-Fi. So.
All right, that happens.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will just be showing off some more comics. We'll be back next week, hopefully, right? You got anything going on next Monday?
No, I think I'll be here. Yep.
All right. Sounds good. So we'll be back next week, and I'll just be having more comic hauls and fun little videos and trying to do some more shorts because people seem to like those. And sounds like fun. All right. Well, we will see you all soon. Let's see. Happy trails. Oh, that's sweet. GI Joe month. That's fair. All right. Yes. But thank you, Damien. We need those faces. All right. So remember to, what do you want to say to the fine folks at home there, Roger?
Be kind, be blessed, be back.
Yes. Oh, I don't know that until 5:58 on Monday. But when I know, you'll know right after.
No, I got it a full 2-3 hours before. So
I know, and that's still 2-3 hours later than you want to.
It's true, but good enough. Good enough. I can deal with that.
And I'll just tell everyone to read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.